So some Vikings in the base up here, just scouting around, not seeing too much. They see a bunch of reactors, so he knows there's a bunch of Marines coming up to him. So he's probably going to throw it. He has his tanks in position, and he's got some Marauders, so he's got some pretty good tanking. So I don't see this Marine push doing that much damage. He's going to lose so many Marines right now. Oh, that's disgusting. Even with that nerf to tanks against Marines, so they do less damage, they still do ridiculous amounts of damage. So they do 35 damage instead of 50. So that's a 15 damage drop to Marines. But it still seems like a lot of damage. So quite a bit of Marines right now coming out for Fuzer. He might lose that Raven unless he controls his army better. He's got that 1 attack upgrade, getting that 1 armor upgrade. Finally getting that first medevac out, which is what he's really going to need to break this army of Tarson here. He's really going to have to use those medevacs to get here in the back of the base and force Tarson to move out of position, move his slow and mobile army out of position. So he sets up his own expansion right now. Fuzer does have map control, I would say. With these Marines out, Tarson just wants to play safe, get back in this game. So he's going to raise him to Raven 4 position. He is going to pick off that supply depot. Wow, and if he loses all those Vikings, that's going to be huge. Only manages to kill 2 there, and does some drops up here on the top, but that tank is sieging in. These Marines are going to get picked off extremely easily. And he's going to get too close to this ramp because those tanks are going to just tear apart. Oh wow, they got 1 good shot there and killed quite a few Marines. So Fuzer's army just got completely destroyed right there. He did do a little bit of damage, got 1 or 2 Vikings, but he's got tanks. Tarson has tanks, and if they fight again, I think Tarson's going to be able to crush them in another couple of minutes or so if he decides to push out. So going for another command center, probably looking to expand on the island or even the gold. He's got a couple of Marines here just scouting out, but yeah, he might have just forgot about him because these things are just going to get picked off right now. So he does stem, run away. Notices that a little bit too late. He probably should have just left them at the Zelnaga Tower for the vision. So 1 more sprinkled Marine over here on the side, just kind of getting lost, forgetting where his troop is, and just getting extremely exploded. What was that? That something exploded here. Was that an arm or something? So just up here hanging out, he's going to have to get some more medevacs. Does switch this over to a reactor, so he's going to start dual pumping medevacs. But a Marine army against a Marauder tank, I don't see that working unless he really starts abusing those medevacs, just like he is over here. Does a drop over here on the side. 2 medevacs carrying over quite a few Marines. He's got about 8, 10, probably 16 Marines in there completely loaded up. He's doing quite a bit of damage right now, and just jumps out of there. So he's really causing these tanks and Marauders to have to move all around the map. We're probably going to see Tarson split up his army a little bit better to deal with this. Maybe put 1 or 2 tanks in his base for defense and the majority of his bio army here at the front. So he's going to go for the gold, take that, might as well. So Fuzer just waiting over here on the side for his opportunity to push in. He did manage to kill that gas too, so Tarson is behind in the gas. He does not have stem research yet, which is actually pretty surprising. Oh, he does come back. He comes back in there, but loses that medevac with all those Marines in there. So Tarson has control of that Zelnaga Tower. Slowly working on these destructible rocks, pushing out, getting expansion. So Tarson should feel pretty secure right now. He knows that the army that Fuzer is making is Marines and medevacs, so he knows if he can just play slow, go for the long game, he's probably going to be able to sneak in a win here. He's just going to let Tarson, he's going to let Fuzer, come in. He knows he's going to do drops because that's the only thing he can do. He cannot fight straight up against these tanks. So I'm surprised he isn't spreading out these tanks more. I'm surprised he isn't leaving like 1 or 2 in his base. So a drop here right on this tank, but he's going to actually kill that tank, but he loses so many Marines. Wow, on a medevac, that was definitely not worth it. That was a horrible trade on his part. So Tarson slowly pushing forward here. Let's check the food count out. 120, actually 119 food versus 114, so they're actually relatively close at this point. Fuzer just now clearing out that expo, and Tarson finally catch back up in harvester count. So Fuzer getting a little bit behind on his macro. Even he gets that huge lead from all those Banshee kills, but he somehow loses his macro lead that he gets early in the game. It's probably going to come back to bite him. So Tarson with his third base up before Fuzer. Fuzer not even mining any gas at his expo. He's definitely oversaturated here. He could easily, put some guys on gas. So I think Tarson has better macro play as far as that goes. But then another drop here in the back by Fuzer. He's going to have to be very careful, even more than so with that medevac. It is so low on life. So another drop coming here from the side, a double attack. You got 3 medevacs full of Marines and just so much damage. 2-2 upgrades already. Wow. He's going to take out that command center and just jet. So we have 3 Vikings out. He's going to have to scare them away or something. Maybe he's going to go straight for the tanks, but he can't get too close because those tanks in the back are sieged up. And he may leave a couple Marines behind to cover his retreat from these Vikings, or he's just going to keep using this whole army. He does manage to get 2 of those Vikings. He's running straight in there. Oh my gosh, losing so many Marines. Those guys are not getting paid enough, that's for sure. So a bunch of units pushing in. He may just throw away this army. He can easily save it, but it looks like he's just going to throw it away and lose it. So Fuzer putting down his 3rd base finally, and also it looks like he's going to be building here. He's going to quickly build his 4th. He is pretty low on money, so he's been doing fairly well with that, and a whole bunch more Marines and medevacs going for a complete Marine bio medevac kind of drop harass style. Another drop over here in the back, and actually, wow, where did that thing go? Did he kill that command center? So we have so many drops going on by Fuzer all over the place, just with like Marine medevac. So Tarson getting tired of this. He's just going to straight up push him with his base. He's tired of losing it. So in a straight up fight, Tarson would easily win this. So Fuzer is just going to have to go for a base race if he wants to win this. If he can get some units on the island and maybe get out a Banshee. He really needs a Banshee right now to deal with this army, because if you look at his army, he only has like 5 or 6 Marines that can shoot. So I really think he needs to switch this over to a Tech Lab and get that Banshee out, and that'll allow him to win the late game. So here we go, we have a base race. Fuzer stemmed Marines 2-2 upgrades. Those things are going to mow through this base, I think faster than these tanks will. Actually, he's got Marauders, he's stemmed Marauders, which should do quite a bit of damage. And these Marines holding their own there for a little bit, and then quickly running away. He's probably going to save them and lift off most of his buildings. I can't believe he hasn't made a Banshee yet. That's gonna be a deciding factor late in game, because he knows Tarson cannot make any more units. He's killed all his production buildings, so if he had 1 or 2 Banshees out right now, this army would be dead. He knows he has no scanning capabilities. He does have that Raven, but I think he actually killed it. So Tarson rebuilding up here, building a barracks. He has no way to produce buildings right now. Saving this one barracks over here and doing a drop here in his old base. So let's check the army count right now. We have Tarson behind 86 to 109. Fuzer does have 3 bases up in a planetary fortress, so this is looking extremely good for Fuzer right now. Building, and he has another base up here. He's got like 4 command centers floating around, and Tarson doesn't have a single command center, so he's in trouble. And he's got about 1,400 resources, so he's got enough to build a command center, but he hasn't yet. So he's got like 1 reactor and a couple buildings he's just placing randomly all around the map. And of course, Fuzer should be able to see those buildings since he doesn't have a command center, or since Tarson doesn't. Since Tarson doesn't have a command center, those buildings should show up. So we may have a fight right here, and he's picking off that building. Oh, this building! If this building dies, he's gonna lose the game. It looks like. And there we have it. The game is over. He loses his last building, and Fuzer wins. So Fuzer using his Medevac Marine Army combo to win this Terran Mirror match. This is I haven't seen any other Terran players play this Terran Mirror match like this. It was definitely new to me. Hope you enjoyed it. So congratulations to Fuzer for winning that best of 3 for Craft Cup. I'll see you guys later.